Good morning. How you doing today? We're doing good. We believe babies in the womb are human beings that deserve rights. That's why we're out here.
I believe that humans outside the womb deserve rights.
What about the body in the body? You don't believe that babies are human beings?
I do believe babies are human beings.
So they don't have rights?
I believe babies are outside of the
Okay. All right.
having born babies.
But babies inside the womb? Why do they save babies that are dying? What's that? Doctors do, though. Doctors do. Well, God bless you. Thank you for talking for a moment. See the convoluted logic? I believe they are human beings, but they only have rights when they're outside of the womb. If I had more time, I'd say, well, that's what the people back in the slavery times believed. They believed that slaves were not really human beings as long as they're in slavery. But if they're in slavery, they don't have any rights. The logic is just unbelievable. But I appreciate that she said something. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Good morning, sir. We believe that human rights ought to be for babies in the womb.
What's that?
We believe human rights ought to be for the babies in the womb. And we think Martin Luther King Jr. would stand with us.
I probably would.
Probably would.
Probably would. I'm gonna get in here.
Do you need help? I can open that door for you. All right.
Stay warm.
Yeah, thank you. At least we got the sunshine. Good morning. How you doing? Good. We believe that Martin Luther King Jr. would stand for the rights of unborn children. We really do. What's that? Okay. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
We're doing all right.
Good.
God bless you.
Same here.
We believe Dr. King would be standing for the rights of babies in the womb, right? They're human beings in the womb. God bless you. That Dr. King would stand for babies because their rights are being violated. To speak up for those that can't speak up for themselves. And so that's why we're out here, trying to educate people, because back in the slavery days, they thought slaves were not human beings, and people nowadays think that babies in the womb are not human beings. There was a madness that was happening during the slavery time. They thought that blacks were not human beings, and now we live in a time where we think babies in the womb are not human beings. And so we don't afford them any rights like they did not afford slaves rights back in slavery time. It was an insanity. It was an insanity. It's a difficult argument to refute. How you doing?
Not bad.
Good. We're out here calling for the rights of babies in the womb.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Yep. Like I was saying when they were coming in, that during slavery time they believed that black people were not human beings, and so you could treat them as property, you could kill them, you could beat them. But we live in this time when we think that babies in the womb are not human beings, so we think we could just chop them up or poison them. And so somebody's got to call out for them and cry out for them and stand up for them, because they can't speak for themselves. So we're abolitionists, actually. Just like the slave abolitionists, we're abortion abolitionists. All right, we got more activists out here. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
We believe Dr. King would stand up for the rights of babies in the womb, right? Because you think about it, back in the slavery days, they thought that black people were less than human. And we live in a time when we think that little babies are less than humans.
That's funny, I never heard their view on it. I mean, I never looked into it, but I don't remember if they said what it was at school.
Yeah. But we know that those are human beings in the womb, and they can't save themselves. So we think Dr. King would be consistent with his message, that he would cry out and stand for the rights of unborn babies. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening. And we're calling for people to be aware that babies in the womb have rights. And we think Dr. King would stand for that. They stand for their rights. We appreciate that they're standing for genocide in Gaza. I agree with them, but there's a genocide that is going on in abortion in the United States of America today. And we're standing here for the rights of unborn children. And we think Dr. King would be standing with us. I would like to think that he would be. And considering that 65 million babies in the United States have been killed, that we don't consider them as human beings, just like they didn't consider slaves as human beings. So we're calling for people to stand up for the unborn. So I'm curious, you guys, do you believe that genocide that's happening in the womb is just as atrocious as what's happening in Gaza?
We're not here to have that conversation. That we have to have it another time.
Okay. I mean, nobody's here. I mean, we could have it. I don't think that you're going to have the conversation, but I'd like to put the seed in your mind. I appreciate what you're doing. I really do, and I agree with you. I honestly do. But when we think about the 65 million babies that have been slaughtered in the United States, I mean, think about it. You're an activist. Why not stand up and join us and stand up for the unborn? Interesting. Interesting. So your philosophy of human rights is relativistic rather than absolute. No, my name is Norman Patterson. I'd be glad to sit down with you guys after this. It's interesting. They'll stand up for people in Gaza, which I commend. I commend that. And we're calling for about the genocide of the babies in the womb. That we believe Dr. King would stand for the rights of unborn children. People don't think that they're human beings. That's atrocious. It's a terrible thing, and then we kill them. Yeah, that's the door that works. God bless you, people. God bless you. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're standing for the rights of unborn children because we believe there's a genocide that's happening in the United States right now in the womb. And who's calling out for the rights of those unborn babies? We're calling for the abolition of abortion. Just like they didn't think that slaves were human beings, we don't think that babies in the womb are human beings, and so we just slaughter them. Just like the master had the right to kill whatever they wanted with the slaves in their care, we just kill our babies. It's a solid argument. It's a sound, logical, moral argument. Good morning. We're calling out for the people to stand up for the rights of unborn babies. And we believe Dr. King would stand. I don't know for sure, but I would hope to think that he would. 65 million, that's a genocide. Over 65 million babies in the womb in the United States, and we don't even know how many have been killed because of the pill. So that's the real genocide. What's that, sir? No, come on. I'm happy to have intelligent conversations. God bless you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. We believe that babies have rights. Good morning. God bless you. This sign is self-explanatory. Good morning. God bless you. Good morning, gentlemen. We believe the worst genocide that's happening is the killing of unborn children, 65 million. Think about it. People didn't think that black people were human beings, and we don't think little babies in the womb are human beings. It's kind of messed up, isn't it? We're calling for justice for babies that are not born. We believe that they have the right to life. We believe that they're human beings, and that Dr. King would call for the abolition of abortion if he were here. I would hope that he would. Good morning. We're calling for equal rights for babies in the womb.
That's kind of stupid.
Is it really? Well, that's a very intelligent conversation. How is that stupid, sir? We believe that there's a genocide that has been happening in the United States, 65 million babies. And nobody stands up for the genocide that's happening here in the United States of America. But babies are made in the image of God, just like every human being. And you know, back then in the slavery days, they did not believe that slaves are human beings. And we do not believe that babies in the womb are human beings. It's the same logic. So we're calling for people to think about it. Maybe change your mind. If you could change your mind about abortion, to understand that little babies in the womb made in the image of God have a right. They should have human rights, just like Dr. King talked about. They should have human rights. And anybody that ignores those rights, are committing an injustice. Good morning, sir. We believe there's a more serious genocide. That's a serious thing they're talking about. But it's a very serious genocide that children are being killed in the womb. And people do not consider that they have any rights whatsoever. It's a very serious thing. And so we're calling for the human rights. I support what they're doing, but I don't know if they support what I'm doing. But good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that human beings, whatever the color of their skin or whatever age they're in, whether they're in the womb or not in the womb, have a right to life. You know, back in the slavery days, they did not believe that slaves were human beings. And we live in a time where we don't believe that babies in the womb are human beings. It's the same logic. Think about it. Think about it. It's the same logic. They did not believe that slaves were human beings in slavery days, and we don't believe that babies in the womb are human beings. Who's going to stand up for the rights of those little babies? They cannot cry out themselves. So we stand for the rights of these little children. We believe that that's something Dr. King, we believe in the principles that he talked about. That's a wicked, atrocious slaughter that's happening in the womb, and we don't care. And you'd like to think that you would stand back when the slaves were around and you'd say, I'd be down at the slave market telling them they can't sell slaves and abolish slavery, but yet we have little innocent babies in the womb and nobody cries out for them. Think about it. It's the same thing. They didn't think that slaves were human beings back then, and we don't believe that babies in the womb are human beings. We just think they're a clump of cells. Well, you know what? We're a clump of cells too. And what makes our clump of cells greater and better than the clump of cells that are in the womb? So then we're calling that people would stand. So hopefully I've planted a seed. Even if I don't change your mind, maybe you agree with me already. But it's an important thing. When you think about 65 million babies in the United States of America have died at the hands of abortion, and now we have pills that people could take in the privacy of their own home. You know, they didn't believe it. They didn't believe that Jews were human beings. Think about the logic of that. They didn't think black people were human beings. And we don't think that babies in the womb are human beings? I mean, think about it. It's a madness that's in the United States of America. There was a time when we believed that little babies in the womb are human beings and they have rights. And they do have rights. We just ignore them. We don't listen. We don't listen. And we think that we would be all justice. Here's people going to a Martin Luther King Jr. event. Great. But what about the rights of those babies in the womb? What about those little ones? Your little one was a little baby in the womb. And praise God, you gave him life. You never know. See, the difference between us and you is that we have a foundation, objective foundation of the rights of human beings and why there should not be murder. There should not be murder because the Bible says, thou shalt not murder. And the reason we should not murder is because human beings are created in the image of God. The people in Gaza are created in the image of God, the people all over the world. And we should stand for justice in whatever form that takes, and wherever injustice is being carried out, that we should stand up for those who are not having justice, including babies in the womb. And so that should include them rather than exclude them. Stop the genocide, Gaza Genocide, gentlemen. I like the fact that you guys are doing what you're doing, but it doesn't go far enough. I mean, there's an abortion clinic right here in West Hartford where there are surgical abortions happening, and people can buy pills where they can kill babies in the womb, and it's a genocide happening right under your noses, and you won't even lift a finger to help them. Praise God that you're calling for the stop of genocide, but what about the stopping of the genocide of babies that are being murdered in the womb of a woman? The most dangerous place on the face of the earth is not in Gaza. The most dangerous place on the face of the earth is inside of a woman's womb in the United States of America. Because we do not believe that they are human beings. But they are, just like you and I, created in the image of God. And it's because they're created in the image of God, they have a right to live. We need to stop genocide, not just Gaza genocide, but all genocide for all human beings, whenever injustice is being carried out. Can I get that door for you, ma'am, when you get there?
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. What did you do?
I had foot surgery.
Ay, ay, ay. That's hard. Well, God bless you that you're able to. Actually,
Thank you so much.
yeah, and there's another button in there.
Yep.
I'll just wait to make sure. We believe all genocide should be stopped, and that includes the genocide that's happening in the womb in the United States of America. That murder is wrong, genocide is wrong, but I don't think these guys go far enough. They don't go far enough. What about the genocide that's happening in the womb, ma'am? Do you believe that that's an atrocity? God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. He is blessing me. I got a little boy, you know. He's blessed me with a little boy. I got 5 children. Screw you. Ma'am, do you believe that equal rights means that babies in the womb should have a right to life? Do you think that Dr. King would stand with me to call for the justice of the babies? God bless you. I appreciate that. All genocide is wrong. That door there, yeah. See, the Bible teaches that all human beings are made in the image of God, and that genocide, Gaza genocide, abortion genocide, is a wicked, horrible, terrible thing. And that we believe that somebody needs to call out for the rights of unborn children, just like the abolitionists called out for the rights of slaves. We are calling out for the rights of babies in the womb. That they should have a right to live, they should have a right to all the things that you and I have rights to. Good morning. You know, my sign illustrates that equal rights for all humans. And we believe that babies in the womb are human beings. And we believe Dr. King, the principles of Dr. King, that he would stand for babies. God bless you. No worries. No worries. Good morning. How you doing? Yep. Good morning. We're calling for equal rights of human beings in the womb. And they're calling for the stop of genocide in Gaza. We're calling for the stop of the genocide of 65 million babies in the United States. God bless you, sir. Sir, we believe the principles of Dr. King, based in the Bible, that he would stand up. I would like to think that he would stand up for the rights of little babies.
We're calling for immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Would you like a flyer? Happy Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, God bless you. Thank you. We agree with you. Your body, but we also believe in the rights of the body in the body. Right? The body in the body has rights too. Think about it.
I thought about it.
Yeah, so you don't think that body in the body has rights? I guess you haven't thought about it.
Good morning. We're calling for immediate ceasefire in Gaza.
We believe that all human beings are created in the image of God, and the greatest atrocity that is happening right now in our land are that babies are not seen as human beings. Just like in slavery times, they did not see human beings, slaves as human beings. We believe that babies in the womb are human beings. And just like people walked by slavery back then, people walk by now and don't really care. They don't really even think about the reality that babies in the womb are human beings and they have rights. They should have rights that are legally protected. So you guys Christians or just activists? What's that? You are Christians? How come you don't protest abortion?
You don't know what I protested.
Well, I do. You're very obvious. You got signs that say you're protesting Gaza. But why don't you protest abortion? It makes no sense to me. I mean, it's a great thing. I agree with you. I mean, there's a slaughter that's been happening since 1973 in the United States of America. I mean, a genocide. Think about a genocide. 65 million people have been killed. Who knows how many people have been killed even now with the advent of the pill. And yet, people don't care. So we hope that you would think about the reality that babies in the womb should be protected under law. They should be protected under law, but people don't care about them. And so we hope and pray that we would influence people on some level, that they would realize that all human beings are created in the image of God, whether they're in the womb or outside of the womb, that they should have rights to life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, as it says, right? So you guys are Christians. What church are you from? We're Christians. We believe in Jesus Christ. So you guys are our brothers. So I don't know why you ignore us. We're on the same side. Jesus Christ is Lord, right? Do you guys believe Jesus Christ is Lord? No, you don't. But I'm asking these guys. Why do you smile like that? Are you guys Christians or not? I'm just curious of like why you're protesting one genocide but not doing the one that's right under your nose. I don't understand it. Do you believe that abortion is a sin? I mean, you could turn around and talk to me. I'm not going to bite. Sir, we also believe that human beings in the womb deserve the right to live. God bless you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. We believe that they believed back then that black people were less than humans. And we believe that babies now in the womb are less than humans. Think about that. Think about that. Good morning. God bless you. Good morning. He said I didn't know what he stands for, but he's out here with things about Gaza. You don't know what I believe. It's like, yeah, I do. You're out here for that reason. Ten off? 10:02, okay. All right. God bless you, sir. We're also calling for the end of genocide, and that's the genocide in the womb. that these are human beings and they deserve right to life, to liberty, to live their lives. And just back then, they believed that black people were less than human. And now we believe that babies in the womb are less than human. Think about it. We need to stand for the rights of these little children that can't call out themselves. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. She said, you're right. Yeah. And sir, we believe the greatest genocide that's happening is inside the womb. And people perceived the slaves were not human beings, and we perceive now that babies in the womb are not human beings. Think about it. Would Dr. King stand with me today? I wonder. I would hope that the principles of Dr. King that are based in the Bible that he would stand here and call out for justice for little babies in the womb. Think about it. A lot of people think that they're less than human, but they're not. They're human beings created in the image of God. So would you guys be willing to have a conversation since there's nobody here? I'm not trying to be antagonistic. I admire what you're doing. I appreciate it. Why do you ignore me, sir? I don't understand. I mean, if you're a Christian, then we're brothers. How odd. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
What do you think
This
of?
is a bunch of bullshit.
Do you really?
I do.
Why is that? You don't believe?
I don't want to see women dying who need abortions. They
But-
need fucking health care.
But you would prefer to see little babies? What about the little girls that are being killed in the other door?
Okay?
Oh no, ma'am. God bless you. God bless you.
God bless you too. You
Thank you. I appreciate it. God bless you. Those are great. See, she doesn't care what they have to say, but what we have to say, really, yeah, it's the same thing. But we don't believe that they have rights. That's what I'm saying. That's the type of thing you get to see. Good morning. How you doing?
Just you guys?
Yep. He's with me.
Yeah, the plan just to hang out here?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
No, whenever there's something, we just always ask if you plan to have a lot more people, if there's anything we can do as far as
I appreciate that. Yeah. No, it's just him and I.
walking around.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you see me out here. I street preach a lot of times here in West Hartford. I think you've seen me. You probably get calls about me once in a while. No.
My first time.
Oh, is that right? Cool. Cool.
Maybe I've driven by. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you do see a guy standing out here preaching, it's me.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's just my friend and I.
Over there. Okay, thanks.
Yes. Got support that.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You take care.
Thank you. Sorry, Dad. I'm walking into City Hall. Oh yeah.
Good morning. How you doing? That one over to the right. Yeah. So we believe that babies have a right to live and that they should have rights just like every other human being. And that Dr. King would stand up for their rights, at least the principles of Dr. King would. That's what we believe. Sir, we believe that the greatest atrocity that's happening, think about it.
We urge you to reconsider your position on Gaza. Here's a flower, Martin Luther King's words. We hope you take them to heart.
And people did not believe that human beings, the slaves were human beings. But we believe that children, it's the same logic to believe that babies are not human beings when they did not believe that slaves were human beings. Think about it. Think about it, sir. God bless you, sir. Do you believe that babies in the womb should have rights?
Yes.
You do. God bless you. That's the principles of Dr. King, isn't it? All human beings. All human beings. What's that? No. No worries. Yeah, you got the whole gamut here today. Good morning. And we also believe that babies in the womb, the principles of Dr. King would protect the babies in the womb. Think about it. They did not believe that slaves are human beings, and we don't believe that babies in the womb are human beings. That's crazy, isn't it? It is. God bless you. We also believe that babies in the womb are human beings, and that the principles of Dr. King, it is fascinating. That babies are human beings? It's fascinating. It's fascinating. All right. Hey, you guys with a church or something, or just an organization?
You're just some people here.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I really do. But
You want to? Okay, good. A little bit of your support. Appreciate it.
what do you think about this? Do you think that babies in the womb have a right to life?
I don't agree with you.
No. You would stand for them, but you want to stand for babies. Why not? Why not? Like, on what basis is that wrong? I agree with you. I think it's wrong. But on what basis would you say that that's wrong?
I'm not here to have a discussion with you.
Okay. But you're willing to have the discussion with everybody else?
Yes.
Why? It's interesting. It kind of challenges your worldview, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
But-
I just
but-
think we just have a difference of opinion.
You don't believe that babies in the womb are human beings?
They're not human beings yet.
No, not yet?
No.
Are you a human being yet?
Yeah,
How do you know?
I don't know.
Based on what? How about the people in Gaza? Are they human beings?
Sorry?
So you're inconsistent.
No, I'm from.
So are you from a church, sir? Do you
I tell today's not the day, folks.
really? You're so afraid. Why are you afraid to
Yeah,
talk
I
with
work
us?
in West. I work in Hartford now.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Good to see you.
Well, my name is Norman Patterson. Glad to have a conversation with you. It's interesting. This challenges you, doesn't it? I could tell it does. You got that nervous smile. But think about the rights of babies and the genocide in the womb. Think about it. Do you think that babies in the womb?
Are smiling.
Do you believe that babies in the womb are human beings that have rights? Do you believe that there's a genocide of 65 million people that have been killed in the United States? So what's the basis of you standing for people in Gaza but not standing for your neighbor here in the United States? That's cowardice. Good morning, ma'am. We're out here calling equal rights for all human beings, even babies in the womb. Think about it. It's challenging, isn't it? Do you think Dr. King would stand for unborn children now, the principles? I'm glad that we planted a seed.